Our planet is cooking slowly. The temperature rises every year. The drought becomes more evident, and the Arctic melts like the ice cream that we eat in the summer. Climate change is a reality, but you know how it affects the United States and how to avoid it. The climate determines the way of life. The cold and the heat, along with other factors, make the living beings that live in the environment adapt to the climatic condition. We shelter more in the north and less in the south. The Earth is habitable, a planet among other things because of its temperature. The radiation emitted by the sun makes our planet warm, and that the gases that create the greenhouse effect regulate this temperature, expel the excess radiation, and maintain the amount necessary to avoid die frozen inside. If we are not crazy, the greenhouse effect is necessary to inhabit the Earth. The gases that compose it come from natural sources, such as volcanoes. The problem is that human activity has excessively increased the amount of these gases, leading to climate change.
From the second industrial revolution in the 19th century, the thing went out of hand. The fossil fuel industry grew disproportionately, and with it, the transports and the electric companies. All this is what creates more pollution in the atmosphere. For example, imagine how many cars are in your neighborhood. Then in Anaheim, California, the United States, and finally think that there are 193 other countries that also have cars. There are about 1.2 billion cars in the world, and the number grows every year. The fuel burning on the roads per year is 1,730 tons of carbon dioxide. So that we understand it is as if we were burning a train full of coal that turns 12 times on the air by the equator. It is only 1 year's contamination. We must add what is produced by power plants, fertilizers, and industries of all kinds, and transportation fuels such as ships or airplanes.
But let's put aside the transport. Climate change have happened several times on our planet, but always for natural cause, and never before has accelerated both the process and human activity. Since 1901 and 2015, that average annual temperature of the Earth's surface of the United States, it rose 1.2 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes the last decrease the currents in the United States in more than 1,000 years.
If we continue like this, open irreversible effects in the Amazon rainforest, glaciers, coral reefs, or mangroves, ecosystems that make our planet special, and that hosts number of animals and plant species that are fundamental for its development. And what will happen to us? Possible we will die of heat by drought, since there are many areas that will become desert. Air quality is getting worse, which can generate respiratory problems and cause permanent death due to the increase of pollutants such as ozone and smoke. We will also die diseases infected by tropical mosquitoes. Although this is a problem that is happening now, because as the global temperature rises, mosquitoes expand their habit area. For example, Americans faced significantly longer exposure to rain with pollen in 2060 compared to 1990.
The Arctic glaciers and the snow of high peaks will melt, the sea level will rise, and coast cities will be flooded from 1901 until 2010. The sea level rose a world average of 19 centimeters. The United States will have great consequence because there are more than 2,500 facilities that handle toxic products that can be reached by probable flooding, which causes water to become toxic, as it did in Texas when Hurricane Harvey flooded a chemical plant, releasing bleach that is a corrosive liquid.
We would love to say that this is an easy solution, but it is not, so the measures and agreements that governments approve take time to implement. Trump's position led many scientists to worry that their administration will try to block or manipulate climate change assessment. How climate change is affecting life in the United States, from crop yields to property damage caused by extreme weather conditions. Climate change will not be like this forever. We have the responsibility of taking care of our society in which we live, reducing the consumption of plastic that end of this year, using more renewable energies at home, betting on a more moderate use of the car or recycling, of the steps that we could take together to improve our quality of life in the future.